Guys, welcome back for another episode. So we are here at SD Bimmerfest, and what we're going to be doing is checking out some of the builds here, seeing what San Diego's all about. But you actually have a lot of cars from the West Coast, all throughout California, and then we have the ladies over here getting the booth set up, and we're here to just have a good time. So stay tuned, so much B-roll, and we're going to check out some of the G80s because, again, that is what this channel kind of shows you, and also seeing all the unique BMWs that are here in San Diego. So we got one of the homies here. Haven't seen in like what, almost a year?
Yeah.
Almost a year?
Yeah.
I know you got state refed.
Yeah.
So what happens with the state refed?
Just
hold this real quick.
But sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Actually, I never even got to see the ref because the judge ended up dismissing my case.
Okay.
So I was trying to go through the virtual ref, and
Did you have to put this car back to stock?
it's pretty much back to stock.
Even the engine too? I know you had the stacks, right?
Yeah, I just have a dyno intake now.
Okay. That sucks, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys live out here on the West
Yeah,
Coast.
It sucks.
Your car is such a clean build for the E46 chassis. If you haven't seen this car or the episode, you guys are missing out. It's a great story. And also, I love these new wheels. I know I told you the last time I saw you, these wheels fit a lot better.
Yeah. No, this was the plan for Bimmer Invasion last year, but I just didn't get them in time. I got them like the day before, and I didn't have time to mount them. So.
Yeah, I love. It's a five spoke wheel, 3-piece wheel.
It's actually a 2-piece.
2-piece, okay.
Yeah.
And the fitment's awesome.
Yeah.
Any spacers or anything, or
Nope. I made
no
them
spacers?
bespoke, custom, just perfect fit.
What wheels
spacers.
are these?
I had a buddy make them. It's like a company that my cousin and a friend were trying to start up. So I just wanted something like unique.
Oh, it looks amazing.
Yeah,
I love the fitment. I love the deep dish of the lip too.
Yeah.
So that really fits pretty well.
Yeah.
But I know you're getting the car ready. Good seeing you again, and we hope to see you guys out in LA.
Yeah.
All right, guys, this one's pretty cool. So with the hood closed, you wouldn't even tell this is a V10 under here, right? This has a naturally aspirated V10 in here that you could probably see on the E60s, I believe. But definitely, maybe one day we got to get this car on the channel and actually speak to the owner. Maybe do every build as a story. But this was actually at the pre-meet yesterday. Has the E88s, and it actually has, you can see inside, it has the F8X competition seats inside. But this is badass to see a car with the massive V10. I'm sure there's a lot of unique welding that needs to be done, or even thought process of getting this to fit into that engine bay. But it looks amazing. So whoever this owner is, maybe we'll get you guys on the channel eventually one day. But also, here's another G80 that you guys have seen, and also you guys will see in a future episode. This is the owner of Euroclass. We actually spoke to him yesterday at the pre-meet. This guy's pushing 1,600 horsepower on a G80, which is insane. I didn't really get to see what's underneath the hood yesterday, maybe briefly, but see this massive turbo. Tell me now, guys, if you guys are pushing power, then you guys are doing all this. And also, too, he actually has a stroker motor in this car. He has a 5150 stroker motor. I don't know the specifications 100%, and maybe if we do catch up with him, we'll get a little more insight. But he's come to a lot of our shows out at Bimmer Invasion. And actually, he has brought his car on the rallies. And one thing that was pretty cool was seeing his X7 M60i towing his Z on a trailer, and that was actually insane for footage-wise. All right, guys, we have Indy from Women's Beamer Club. Could you just tell us a little bit more about why you started Women's Beamer Club? I know we've known each other for a few years. You've come to a lot of our shows at Beamer Invasion, and you share the same passion, right? Car culture, bringing people together. Could you tell why you started Women's Beamer Club?
Sure. So I started Women's Beamer Club because I wanted to unite women who love the same passion that I did, and there were no clubs available for women. So I wanted to unite them, to bring them together, for bringing them into the car community and doing the same thing that the guys do actually. So what we do is actually meet, we'll take photos, we'll ride out, we'll go meet the guys. So it's not separating the genders, it's actually bringing them together, but bringing us together as females in the industry, it makes us stronger together. So it's more also female empowerment.
And the cool thing is too is that, like, Indy doesn't live in California, but she's always here for some of these events, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, it's good because you're getting the brand out there, you're getting people together and stuff. It's a positive message, right? And it's something that sometimes when people go to meets, they may feel intimidated when it comes to like meeting new people, but when you have that openness and obviously what you guys stand for, it makes it easier for like the female crowd to come out to these events because it may be intimidating sometimes, right? And
yeah, and so because we've became a little bit of a bigger brand with the help of the Beamer Invasion, SD Bimmers, and a couple other clubs as well, we've been able to get out into the industry and make an impact for the female group, because we see that, like you said, it's a little intimidating, and that's the reason why we actually created it. And we have clubs all around the U.S. So we have California, Georgia, Florida, New York, North Carolina, and if interested, anyone wants to, open one in their city, we're more than happy to help them do that. But you have to be committed, and when
it's
you
a
don't,
lifestyle.
Absolutely. When you don't show up, you're not there. So you have to show up.
100% agree. Well, it was definitely nice chatting with you. We'll see you hopefully at the Invasion of LA.
Absolutely, we'll be there.
That's gonna be epic.
Yes.
We just saw it I seen it a couple days ago, and I'm overwhelmed with how much room and space we have.
Nice. We're looking forward to September Beamer Invasion and October Beamer Invasion, New Jersey as well.
All right, see you, Indy. Thank you for chatting with us.
Take care. Thanks.
In this video a little bit has been about power. You can see here there's the F8X, probably looks like mineral white and maybe alpine white with a massive turbo. Again, I guess the West Coast likes playing with power. Got the T's on here, Silverstone interior. You got the massive, probably like a 15-inch wheel, but this guy's playing with power. All right, we got Nicole here.
Yes.
Walking by, I know Miguel was very attracted to this color. What is this?
Voodoo Blue.
Voodoo Blue.
Yes.
What got you into a G87, right?
So coming from Mercedes, I had a C63S.
Okay.
I had interest in the BMW M2. Obviously, it was just a, super interesting car. I heard that they drive really well. The community's just a lot better, so it's a great car.
It is.
Yeah.
And how many BMW events have you come to before jumping into one, right?
Before jumping into one?
Yeah.
Honestly, none.
None? Okay.
None. So
okay.
I was going in blind, but I don't regret it, not
okay.
one bit. So as soon as I got it, I put some spacers on, springs, obviously lowered it.
Okay.
Tinted it, that's it. Went
Yeah.
to Bimmer's by the Bay and I had a great time.
Yeah.
I knew I was in.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the right place.
So with the Mercedes community, how can you compare that? Because this is gonna be a good one, right? Mm-hmm. How can you compare that to what you've seen so far with the BMW community?
Well, obviously it's not even comparable.
Okay.
It's like,
We'll take that.
there was nothing, especially up for where I live, up
Okay.
in San Luis Obispo. It was kind of hard to find a community.
Okay.
So Here, it's anywhere you go.
Yeah.
You find anybody. You find, anywhere you look,
Correct.
there's cars.
And
so.
if you like modding your car, right, these BMWs, especially with the G platform, is a good platform to spend all your money on, right? Because you got the BBS. What wheels are these?
Those are E88s.
E88s.
Yeah.
No deep race pocket. And
Nope.
these are not cheap. These are very, very expensive wheels. But also they are triple chrome or?
Triple chrome face, polished lip. Had to have the center cap.
Okay.
So,
No, it
just so
looks
you know
great.
what they are.
Exactly,
Yeah, I love
exactly.
it. Yeah, they look great.
But it's good to get a female's perspective about the car community and also jumping into a BMW going blindly into
Yes.
it, right?
Yeah, I had no idea. Never
Yeah.
test drove one.
Okay.
And compared to the Mercedes, it's tons lighter. Drives so much better through
Okay.
canyons, which is what I love to do.
Okay.
Through a straight line, it's more nimble.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I said, it's just lighter.
Okay.
I love it.
And for the
compared
ones
to
that are
Mercedes.
like questioning about jumping into one, the ones that may have seen this and be like, hey, I'm in the Audi community, I'm in the Mercedes community, what can you tell them? Like, how has it been? Like, is it like everything you expected? Was it intimidating?
It's not anything I expected. It's not even close.
Good.
In a good way. In a
Okay.
good way, yeah. Everybody's just so much nicer than what I expected.
Awesome,
They're more
awesome.
accepting. The car is obviously, you go in and people are like, oh, they're so expensive. I haven't
Yeah.
had any issues,
They're reliable. And I tell you this,
Reliable, yeah, exactly.
This platform, since it's the S58, you're going to have the reliability of push and power, but within reason.
Yeah.
And also, are you a ZF 8-speed or are you a manual?
Oh no, I'm auto, yeah.
Okay, so
It's
you
an
get the ZF
8-speed.
8-speed, solid. You'll hold power on there. And even on the corner of my eyes, I see a couple dudes walking by, and they were just blown away by the color. Just
Yeah.
letting you know that. So as
Yeah.
an owner, it feels good.
Yeah. Oh, the color is instantly. It's probably
Yeah.
one of the biggest reasons why I got it.
Okay.
Obviously, the engine. I was looking into it, and the S58's just super iconic. So
Awesome, awesome.
The engine, the rear-wheel drive, how much it weighs. The chassis size.
Correct.
All together, the
Yeah.
size of the car, the
Yeah.
weight of weight distribution, everything all together is the perfect car. So yeah, and the color
Yeah.
really tops it off. So.
Absolutely. And again, when I walked by,
All in all.
that caught my attention. But again, I want to thank you for definitely giving us a little insight from somebody that.
Where she's going to be September 6th.
Where are you coming September 6th?
Beamer Invasion.
Beamer Invasion LA.
Yeah.
And Miguel, let's get you on camera. Beamer Invasion LA. Talk about the perspective of that.
Yeah, so it is a very unique show for us in LA because we're going to have multiple indoor venues. We've learned our lesson throughout the years of trying to stay away from the weather elements.
heat, yeah.
So it's going to be a purely show car, the best quality that we've ever had at any show. So you don't want to miss it. I don't think we've seen one Voodoo Blue sign up yet. So hopefully she gets on the
sign.
list to get approved by us. But this is a beautiful car.
I appreciate
I think, one of the things that you said is the BMW community is so welcoming,
Yeah.
right? And it spans all age groups and female-driven cars. You're going to see a lot of girls here with
yeah.
really nice builds. I want to say, hey, the girls are stepping up this year, man.
We got this.
Yeah, the girls are stepping up this year. So, listen, enjoy your car, enjoy the community, have a great time today, and we'll see you September 6th.
Thank you so much.
Before you go, your IG is?
G87 Nicole.
Right, make sure you give her a follow. See you
Thank
soon.
So we got the homies here at Donuts and Wheels. If you guys don't know, this is probably one of the best brands out here on the West Coast. And they're the ones that are bringing the sweet garments back here on the West Coast. They have a really cool shirt that's been one of their best sellings. Friends don't let friends drive stock. What's cool about coming to the show is that not only you see beautiful cars, you see the beautiful scenery. So up ahead, we don't have this in Florida. We don't have a lot of mountain ridges and different skylines. It's pretty flat in Florida. Going into it, you see a F82 over here with E88s, and it looks so good. Just showcasing some of the builds that really catch my eye. So back in the day when I owned the F80, the Yas Marina Blue was very popular. Nowadays, you don't see a lot of them anymore. Maybe people are wrecking them, but it's good to see them actually being built still. But again, back in the day, you saw a lot of Yas Marina Blue, but nowadays you rarely see them. The ones that are very popular nowadays, there's Alpine White, Mineral White. You rarely see any Silverstone, which is cool, but there's a few of them here. But this one has your TEs. Actually, you have your Rays wheels, rear diffuser. I'm not sure where that's from, but it has the F1 inspired brake lights in the back, in the rear diffuser. So it looks pretty cool. So you guys are probably wondering, what is that? So later on, they're gonna have a mobile dyno up and running. And the mobile dyno is a competition. So whoever is gonna be able to have the most horsepower, there's a cash prize involved. So it's amazing to come to these shows and see the variety of activities, keep people entertained, and also just celebrate, you know, what this is all about, celebrating car culture, seeing the BMWs roll in. But you see a variety of cars from these shows. All right, guys, we have Guy from Nitron. It's very special because we talked about an axle lift, right? A lot of people in this community, the stance community or car show community,
Yes.
they're looking for a product that has the best of both worlds, right? A suspension that's reliable and a suspension that has that feature. Can you talk about it real quick?
Okay. So here we've got an axle lift system fitted on this particular shock. This is a McLaren shock, but very much the same idea. You've got a cylinder, and this part of the cylinder here expands outwards when you add pressure to it. So the pressure line is fed in here. We've got another one over here. So here we've got the cylinder with its pressure line feeding in here. And so as the pressure is put into this cylinder from oil, this will rise up and will lift the car up. So
And how much are we looking at of centimeters or inches?
So this is about 1.5 inch lift on this one. And this one here is about 1 inch lift. So BMWs typically run with 1 inch lift. It's a very simple system. It's a standalone system. We come around here, this is the pump. So the pump itself is completely standalone. It's got its own control unit, 2 ways of activating it. We can press a button and it will lift, or we can use a key fob, press the button remotely and it'll lift.
This compressor, it's small as compared to some of the other air ride systems, right?
So some of the air ride systems have big systems with tanks and compressors. So this is literally just the motor, the pump itself. It's all one unit, latching solenoid, pressure feed out on this line here, feeds to the cylinder. So it would feed from the pump, it would split on a T-piece, it would then go to both cylinders, and they're both lifted at the same time. The way we set these up is with a 3-minute lift. After 2.5 minutes, it will start to make a noise inside the cabin, and it will tell you it's about to lower. And if you wanted to keep it up, you could just press that again, it would stay up. But it's meant to normally run in the down state.
How long? Because I know some other axle lifts or air cups, people call them, right? You're not supposed to go more than 40 to 50 miles an hour. Is that something very similar?
There's not really a speed limit. It's based on time.
Okay.
The idea, if you lift the nose of your car up, you're going to get air underneath it, and at speed, it's going to get light, it's going to get unstable. So that's why if you lift it and then you go out into traffic and you accidentally forget the front is lifted, this will start beeping, and then it will automatically go down. This is a safety feature.
You know, amazing to see, because sometimes people forget, and that's going to be very dangerous driving on
It would be
a highway
very
at
dangerous.
high speed.
Very
and
dangerous.
stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also, I've seen you guys at SEMA. I know you spoke to probably one of our business partner, Corey, there, maybe. But it's good to have you guys upcoming show in LA, because people need to see products like this. Because how many times when people break their front lips, right, or have a tough time getting into their driveways?
I mean, Nitron's known for its track product. Nitron's known for its very, very hardcore. You know, if you want to put in the fastest lap, then you'd fit Nitron. And there is this perception that that's all we do. We do road sport products, we do one-way products, and we can fit this axle lift system to any of those. The axle lift is also ride height adjustable. So if you want to have a very lowered car, you can, or you want to have a slightly lowered car, you can tune it depending on what your front lip is doing. So really, it's something you can fit as an accessory to all the other products. Really, being here in, you know, we're based now in Temecula, so we're literally just down from Riverside. Being in the LA, San Diego area, we're here to service that community. We wanted to be here in that environment, and it's working out really well for us.
I thought you were from overseas, because I could hear that accent. Where are you originally from?
Yeah, so the factory is in the UK.
Okay.
So I'm from the UK. So we've got a bigger operation out there where we supply the worldwide. We've got a small production line in Japan, which is mainly for motorbikes. And the car is about 1/3 motorbikes, 2/3 cars. And we supply all of Europe, Asia, and America is supplied from the tech center in Temecula.
All right, guys. Well, you guys seen it here, right? So if you guys are coming to the Invasion of LA, definitely check out their booth. They're going to have everything set up and along with multiple cars with their products on there. But again, if you guys are looking for a coilover that has that feature to raise and lower your front end, definitely reconsider and also look into Nitron. But we want to thank you for giving us your time, talk a little bit on the channel, and we'll see you guys in LA.
See you in LA.
They got the mobile dyno. They got a 5 series up on the lift. But you can see, he definitely has. He's probably pushing some power. I don't know what he's going to be pushing, but the good thing about it, you have 2 dyno poles, and you're able to showcase to the crowd exactly what you're pushing. Again, I think whoever pushes the most power on the dyno is going to be getting a cash prize. But again, this is another form of entertainment for everybody that's out here. All right, Mr. Ben. Mr. Ben was actually working the show today at SD Bimmerfest. Walking around, what do you notice so far with all these builds out here?
Quality. A lot of quality builds, a lot of quality parts, right? We have a lot of vendors out here, a lot of quality vendors. And it's just nice to see, you know, how people out here on the West Coast modify their cars. You know, I can't say that 1 and 1 is the same. You know, they'll always put the little blend on it, the little spice to it. Like for instance, right? Look at this carbon fiber wing on this F80 right here. Instead of paint matching it and leaving the upper section like most people do here at Carbon, he left everything else exposed carbon and paint matched this little strip right here.
Yeah, that paint match looks really good. It's attention to detail when you look at these builds.
Correct. And, you know, obviously it's different, right? Like I said, you know, most people will paint this, paint the bottom, and then leave this carbon. But this guy did the opposite of that, so he put his own little flavor on, his own little taste, right? Stuff like that this is a gorgeous stands color.
Out. This is a Lanthus blue metallic, right? With the BBS wheels. Look, I'm not a huge fan of black wheels, but these black wheels fit with this setup he has going on.
Absolutely. And speaking of black wheels, let's come over here. Let's look at the HREs on this F80 over here.
Well, there's the HREs right here with the massive snail. Is that the one you're talking about?
No, we're not talking about those.
But what I noticed at this show, and you could probably agree, there's a lot of G8Xs out here.
Oh yeah,
and I mean, when it comes to them twos, when it comes to the G80s or even the G82s.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's only the natural succession, right? Every time the new generation of M comes out, they're always going to supersede the previous generation. And I mean, that's just how it goes. When the F8X came out, they were everywhere, right? All over the streets, you would see them everywhere. You'd see them all up, you know, you see them at car meets and so on and so forth. And the previous generation of the E9X kind of got phased out as well. You know, the F8X just overtook that, just like the G8X is overtaking the F8X when it comes to M's. But speaking of the F8X chassis, let's look at this one right here. Is
that paint or a wrap? That's paint, right?
I believe it is paint because if you look right here, it looks like they're painting it up until the engine bay portion. But either way, it still looks really good.
There's an individual sticker here. Individual Technic.
Something in German that we can't pronounce.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Can't pronounce, yeah. But this build is absolutely beautiful. The color is beautiful. All of the carbon fiber bits in here being matte. I just love it. It's not like crazy colors going on.
It's a real CS hood.
It's a real CS hood. IND. I'm sure that's where you got it from, IND. But yeah, beautiful. Front lip, beautiful. But the HREs that I was talking about, look at these HREs, right? You been talking about black wheels that look good. These are next level good.
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely.
What color is this?
Narwhal blue. Yeah,
nice.
narwhal blue.
Amazing.
So at LA, we actually had a narwhal blue M2, but it was wrapped.
Okay.
I can't remember him, but yeah, it was wrapped. So shame on me for not remembering the color, but yeah, narwhal blue
looks so good. I think if I had to build another G80, it would probably be this or violet blue.
Oh yeah,
narwhal blue, man. That's a really good looking color, especially the HRE. Those are baller wheels right there.
Baller wheels.
It's not even the same wheel.
It's not the same wheel. Yeah, you go to the rear.
Right, we're looking at a different set of wheels, so that's pretty baller, right?
Absolutely.
Be able to have both, and it's a CS. Well, I'm kind of confused because this never came as a CS. Maybe he had
the car painted.
Painted, okay.
You can tell the car's been painted. because the engine bay is black.
Yeah.
Right. So he's had the car repainted narwhal blue, which is still really cool. Right. It looks really good. You can barely even tell that it was repainted.
And they've done a good job. So
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
sure he has a good paint job. Yeah, you can see some of what's here.
Is it paint or is it wrap?
I don't know.
I can't tell either because
And there's a tag.
in here it looks like it's paint.
Sure.
Or it stops here, but it could
Yeah, we're
be
confused, guys.
Could
So
be wrap. Yeah.
that's how
The wrap is so good, it looks like paint. There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, going around, like there's so many individual colors here.
So
And
many.
I think in a little bit, we're going to see a lot of these cars showcase and also apply for the invasion of Los Angeles. Mint green here, F80. You have a mint green G80 over there.
Yep.
It just shows you what the big difference is, right? That car is bigger, right? Bigger chassis, longer wheelbase, and also wider.
Yeah, absolutely.
The
And
G80.
these two are not wraps.
Yeah, these are not wraps.
These are actual
That's
individual
Baja
colors.
Blast.
Yeah, that's Baja
But
Blast
if
right
you're
here.
in person, you just yell out, "Is that Baja Blast?"
Yeah, it's an inside joke, guys. So if
Yeah.
you see her, yell out, "Is that Baja Blast?" Like Ken just said.
But I know you parked a lot of cars here today.
Yeah.
What did you notice?
Well, first of all, everybody's super nice out here on the West Coast. They can follow direction really well. That's always a bonus, right? When
We
you
try to
guys
stay
can
about
actually
the East
listen.
Coast.
They get a little rowdy sometimes, but that's okay. What I noticed was there's a lot of older classic cars here. I parked a 202 earlier, and I'm pretty sure it's the oldest car here right now.
Yeah.
Didn't have any paint, but it was still very mint condition, interior, exterior. I'm pretty sure it was being prepped for paint. That's what I noticed. There's a lot of high horsepower builds here in San Diego that I've noticed as well. A lot of big single turbo setups, a lot of super
huge single turbos.
huge single turbos. I know the lag for you guys has to be absolutely insane. But yeah,
Again, this car here, 1,600 horsepower.
yeah,
And he has a built motor by 5150. It's a stroker motor.
yeah. We talked about him yesterday,
Yeah.
and that's
Actually, I got an interview on that. So if you guys haven't seen that video, that's going to be a video about all G8Xs.
absolutely, yeah. I mean, if you look at his license plate, it says, bro, bye.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all you need to know at that point. But yeah,
you
really
spoke to
good
the guys
variety.
over at Nitron, right?
Yeah, I spoke to the guys over at Nitron. Just having a conversation with them, trying to understand their suspension systems, right? And they actually have they have a really cool design that is patented to them only. Nobody else has that design. I can't break it down for you guys and describe it to you because I myself can't really understand it. But maybe I'll get some Nitrons, and then at that point in time, I'll be able to break it down for you guys and help you better understand it.
Yeah.
But we all know that Nitron is the creme de la creme when it comes to suspension, right? Team Shermer. If you
Yeah.
don't know who Team Shermer is, go
Now
to
you know.
YouTube.
No, you don't know.
Exactly. If you don't know now, you know. But they actually have a proper race car here, proper track car, parked at their booth.
And I was just talking to the owner of that. So what he
Yeah.
he had a thought process of how often do you see these other, suspension companies going to the racetracks and doing development, and you're seeing them. He was actually able to meet the owners of Nitron, and they had a conversation, and he liked the fact that they were always testing and developing and changing things up, and it's worked out for him. He loves it. He's representing them today, and we talked about also obviously the axle lift.
Yeah.
Right? And you guys saw earlier, we spoke to the owner, and he kind of explained the axle lift of this and the functionality behind it. But I know they're going to be coming to the invasion of LA and showcasing their products.
And I might have them on my car. Who knows? All right, Ken. So how did it feel to be able to wake up at 9 a.m. today and get here extra late?
I didn't wake up at 9 a.m. I woke up at actually like 7 o'clock because my body's used to the East Coast time. And even though not getting enough sleep yesterday, it kind of woke me up a little later. But to be able to wake up and not be stressed about a show, amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Because like the guys that come to our shows, you guys don't see the stress behind making the shows happen, or the ones that do the hard work behind it. It's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of stress, a lot of planning, a lot of pre-planning. And for me, my role of the day of the show is to manage some chaos along with capturing of content to use for future promotional posts on Instagram or even on YouTube. And also is to interview people like you that come to the show, talk about their build, talk about car culture, talk about BMW culture, because without you guys come to our shows, there's really nothing, we don't exist. But it also, for me, it's a lot of fun. We get to talk to you guys in person or even see these unique builds, because after every single time I go to a show, I see a lot of other modifications that I want to do, hence the Vorsteiner hood. hence the carbonious fenders, and hence my pocket being a little bit lighter. Actually, a lot lighter.
Breaking my wallet.
Yeah, break my wallet. So I know my wife's not gonna see this, but that paint job was not cheap, and it was worth it because it's absolutely paint matched to my liking.
Exactly.
But one car that really kind of caught my eyes was actually that E46 M3. So that guy has an E60, right? E60 a V10 motor in there.
Yep.
I think one day we might have to get him on Every Bell's a Story, but to be able to have that mindset and thought of swapping in a massive motor, how many liters is that, Ben?
I want to say 5. To be wrong, maybe 6.
To throw that in there and to have it on a small chassis must be insane to drive, and also very rewarding because not many people could do that. So these are the things you see on the West Coast, and those are the things you see at either our show at Bimmer Invasion or even at SD Bimmers. But for Kevin and the rest of the staff here, thank you for the hospitality. We definitely appreciate you guys inviting us here and to showcase what this community is like. But you got people just having a good time right now. All right, Miguel, we're wrapping things up here at SD Bimmerfest. Had a great time, seeing a lot of familiar faces, seeing a lot of familiar builds, and also seeing some of the new mods on these familiar builds. But Miguel, what do you think so far of this show?
Overall, like every show, even though it's not our show, we're tired because we've been covering the entire show. We've been helping out. We just finished with the trophy ceremony. We had a lot of good quality cars out here. We expect to see even more of that at our event, September 6th. But overall, the guys pulled off a great event. We had a lot of family fun out here. So, yeah, just a great experience. We're glad to be back on the West Coast.
Yeah, it's always the better weather. It's always the better build sometimes, depending on, what show you go to. But we know when you guys come out here to these shows, you guys put your heart and soul into these builds. And we love to see the camaraderie between all of us, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, we just want to wrap this up by saying, stay tuned, September 6th. You have to get your ticket now
And
because
apply.
the halls are filling up quick.
Exactly.
So make sure you get the ticket that you need for the hall that you need. And if you're not coming, you're coming as a spectator, you're going to have an amazing time.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned for that.
And we want to thank SD Bimmerfest for hosting this event. And I want to thank you guys for watching this video. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.